Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, has issued a warning that has his supporters they're ready to publish a deluge of leaked documents if his activities are curtailed or if he's killed or arrested. But what's the political implication here? Who gets hurt the most by this doomsday bomb? So far, these documents are all State Department related, and just yesterday, Hillary Clinton announced that this would be the last public office she intends to hold. Coincidence or not? Bob, what about it? All of a sudden, there was rumor that Hillary Clinton was kind of laying back during the midterm elections and laying back during South Korea-North Korea conflict, and then this, because the thought was that she was maybe make a run for president in 2012, and now this. Is this a mark on her record?
No, and I would not for a second say that it's absolutely not the case that she may run. I think she may run. She may not think she's going to run, but she may run. The other thing is who gets hurt from this? The American people. The way to deal with in the national security of the United States, the way to deal with this is pretty simple. We got special ops forces. I mean, a dead man can't leak stuff. This guy's a traitor, a treasonist, and he has broken every law of the United States. The guy ought to be. And I'm not for the death penalty, so if I'm not for the death penalty, the only one to do it, illegally shoot the son of a.
Well, what about it?
Oh, I can't believe I believe it. I'm along with Bob. You know what? When he comes out and says that he's holding everyone hostage, that he's going to release the names of people, putting them in harm's way to be killed or whatever, soldiers and people who are undercover with the CIA, this guy's got to go. And nobody should hold this country, and we do agree with each other, Bob, immune him.
Go ahead, Joel.
I think that the doomsday files, the U.S. is probably going to be prepared to have those released if it means the permanent end of WikiLeaks, because you cut the head off the snake, to quote King Abdullah. And I think that's what they want to do. Maybe through arrest, maybe otherwise.
This released by the Post today, it says that some of the documents that were originally leaked in the original cables outline some targets that if they were destroyed, disrupted, or exploited, there would be immediate and deleterious effect on the United States. I mean, if there's any question on some of this stuff being dangerous and harmful and hurtful and possibly even deadly, there shouldn't be.
You know, I was a Deputy Assistant Secretary of State and sent out a lot of cables when I was doing that, and it was during the midst of the Panama Canal treaties and the SALT agreements. Some of that stuff, if it had been leaked, would have been very damaging. And on my own hand, forget people who had serious jobs in the State Department. This is much more serious than people initially thought. And as you get more and more into these cables, you notice there's more stories. $250,000 is a lot. You can put a lot of stories together.
And who wants to take this? Go, Bo, take this one. Meanwhile, Assange has called for President Obama's resignation if it can be proven that he approved spying by U.S. diplomats.
Well,
we want that, don't we? Don't we want to know what they're doing?
Let me tell you something. That was our biggest downfall. We didn't have the intelligence when Obama, when he was in Afghanistan, planning with the Taliban and Al-Qaeda to bomb us. If we had informants in there, people that knew this was happening, we could have possibly averted it, like we have averted a lot of attacks in America. And without this spying, the thing that people don't want, without it, you're going to have dead Americans. And this little punk. Now I stand up for Obama. Obama, if you're listening tonight, you should take this guy out, have the CIA take him out.
Where's Obama?
First of all, let's say one thing clear here about diplomats and spying. Every embassy of the United States around the world has a station chief of the CIA in it, and everybody knows it, number one.
Yes.
Number two, since the beginning of the diplomatic corps, they have always been asked to send information that they pick up about their host country. That's nothing new. In fact, when I was in the Peace Corps, they almost asked us to do it. But the question about Obama, I think Obama is in a very difficult spot here. Look, there's so much here. There is so much here, and he's got to be very careful. He's about to have meetings with heads of state in different parts of the world, and he is running a very delicate role here. Leave him alone on this one. This is not his fault.
No, but where is he, though? I mean, hold on.
Where is he? What do you mean, where is
he? Shouldn't he be out there? We had Gibbs come out and say, by the way, ignore this. This isn't the big.
It's
We're not going to let one guy with a laptop.
This is one thing the President of the United States should not comment on.
Should not comment.
Should not.
You got North Korea. I think is the most dangerous thing happening right now with this little psychopath with his fat-faced son that was at Disney World over there. This guy's ready to go off at any time. And South Korea said if they hit one more time, they're going to hit back. This is real delicate. Imagine if it comes out that all of a sudden President Obama said this little fat guy with his little fat ugly son there, or some derogatory sense. This could set off a world war.
You know, let's keep in mind now the South Koreans are going to practice artillery practice on Friday of this week. This thing is getting very dangerous, and nobody's paying much attention to it.
So far, the only people I've seen expressing outrage at the top are Mitch McConnell and Hillary Clinton. I want the leader of the free world out there calling it out for what it is. This man, Julian Assange, has in his sights one country alone, and that is the United States. He is out after
it's
us.
extortion.
And it's extortion. He's a blackmail, extortionist terrorist.
Can I read this? His British attorneys have said they would fight any extradition to Sweden on the grounds that he could then be sent to the United States. I kid you not, where politicians, including Sarah Palin and Mike Huckabee, have called for his execution. And now add